My handwriting got bad. Speed increases in blank. So what is this average speed increase in?
Equal intervals.
Yeah, that's true. In equal intervals, the race time blank at a blank. So what do you guys say for that? What does the race time do as we move along our speed? What does this time do?
It decreases.
Yeah, so it decreases. Is it decreasing fast or slow? It's like fast at first and then it slows down, right?
Yes.
So because it's fast at first and then it slows down, that means your rate that it's decreasing at is decreasing. So okay, so the race time decreases at a decreasing rate. What questions do you guys have about that statement? That statement is kind of a hard one to get your head around. We're decreasing the whole time we go, right? We're always going down, but we're going down fast at first, and then we're going down slow. So we're decreasing the rate at which we are decreasing. Is that clear to everybody?
Yes.
Okay, so then it says for this relationship, the speed is blank real numbers. What'd you guys say?
I said positive.
Yeah, they're positive real numbers. Okay, so speed is positive real numbers, which means the width means the blank is s greater than 0. The s here is speed. So is speed what? Well, what do you guys say? Did you make a guess?
I put domain.
Yeah, that's perfect. That was fantastic. So the domain is s greater than 0. Our inputs, the thing on the x-axis, the thing that we stick into the function, that's our domain. So the domain is s greater than 0. So all of our speeds can be anything bigger than 0. Then it says the race time, which is our output, is also, what were our race times? What type of real numbers? Oops.
Positive?
Yeah, they were also positive. So they were also positive real numbers, which means if speed is our input, and those are our domain, time is our output. That's what we get out of the function. So what's the opposite of the domain?
Range.
Yeah, the range is R. I guess we used R for their time greater than 0. Okay. Whew. All right, so that should be that sentence. And then it says the description above included several key features. So it basically talks about everything in there except for intercepts, intervals of increasing and decreasing, intervals of positive and negative, symmetry, and behavior. So it doesn't talk about the last four or intercepts. The other ones you should have been able to find evidence of it talking about. Also, I think that I posted, well, you can check your answers. You'll be able to check your answers when you finish. What about number 5? What do you guys think about number 5?
Number 5 is kind of like what we did in, what was that, 2?
Yeah, it is kind of similar because we have a distance, right? 200 miles. And it's talking about fuel efficiency, and it gives you the relationship that, so we have E represents the efficiency. Ooh, that was an ugly 5. E, and then we're inputting the number of gallons, I think. Yeah, gallons of gasoline. It's 200 over G. So that's the relationship. And it says, write a description of the key features. So what's the constant of proportionality? I'm going to label it COP. What's the constant of proportionality for this guy?
200.
Yeah. And then, so what I would do is I would graph it. So instead of 3 right here, let's put a 200. We get this. So we can only put a positive number of gallons in, right? Mm-hmm. Like you can't put negative gallons in. So it looks like we'll only be positive, right? So our domain is that G has to be greater than 0. Our range, is our range always positive? Like, is this always above the x-axis? It appears so. Okay. So our range, E, is always greater than 0. The rate of change is the same as the one we talked about in that phrase. So it's decreasing at a decreasing rate. Let's see. We could talk about the other key features that are there that are listed in that chart over here, but they're not anything that we like explicitly went through in number 4. So we'll just leave it at that. That's good enough. And that was all of your homework from whatever day we had, Monday. Oh, it has a lot more of these. Rate of change we talked about. Intervals of increasing, decreasing. I guess we did talk about that. And race time is also positive. So this document is on your thing, so you should be able to go down and look. But we definitely didn't talk about intercepts, symmetry, or end behavior. But yeah, so you guys will be able to look at these answers on the document I posted. You can go back through if you have any questions about that. Let's briefly look at 6 through the rest of it. So it says in both contexts, continuing number 5 right here. And then it has some more key features it wants you to look at.
Is this our homework for today?
Yeah, this is your homework for today. So ask you for the constant of proportionality, domain, range. What I would do is I would graph these guys You can just go to desmos.com and stick them in and look and see what you get. And I think we'll probably have some really good discussion to have, I guess next Monday, is when I see you next, on those. What questions do you guys have?
About the thing we're supposed to put on the week thing, like the weekly thing. Are you supposed to put something about the week on there?
Yeah, so what I wanted you to do is look at, like, basically ask each other questions about the homework. So if you if you go through and then you have a lot of trouble with the chart that's due for this next class, then write on that slide for the chart, like, I have no clue what constant proportionality is for this one, or I have no clue how to figure out what the domain is for this one. And then you guys are going to like post back and forth to each other saying like, oh, well, I thought it was this for this reason. Does that help?
Okay.
Yeah. And so all you have to do is like ask one question and answer one question. Or if you're just totally confused, you can ask 2 questions. If you feel like you've got it, then you can post 2 answers if you would like.
Where do we go to find that again? I forgot.
Yeah, I'll show you real quick. So let me share this page. Okay, so, oops, there we go. So if you go to modules on our Canvas page and scroll down, I should make it, I don't know, I should put it somewhere else so that you guys can see it. But it's right here, it's above August 24th. And you just click on that. And the Google slide is embedded in here. So let's see, did anybody write anything? Oh, look, somebody wrote, Brandy wrote, I had trouble figuring out the range and domain that are where they fit in the blanks. Great, so somebody could try to answer that question, go back from like what we talked about today and answer it. And then the rest of them are here. So yeah, and then to edit it, you can click this little wheel here and click Open Editor, and it just flips to a new tab and it'll open the document. And all of you should be able to click on the slide and type in it or insert a comment, whatever you need. So does that help?
So we put different questions on a different slide. So like Brandy put her question on the slide. Do I put mine on another one?
Oh, good question. So each slide is for a particular question. So like Brandy put hers on question 4.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, questions on number 4. If you also have a question on number 4, you can write on this slide as well. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Anything else?
Nope, that was it.
Okay, well, if you guys are clear, I'll go ahead and let you go and start the homework slash classwork, and hopefully finish that up quickly, so you don't have to spend too much time on it. If you have a question and want to stick around because you didn't want to ask it in front of anybody, then stay on until 11:15 in 3 minutes, and I'll be right here.